I will die on that hill.
I absolutely love Miley Cyrus.
You have failed this.
Love this show.
The sickest night ever.
Is this? What are we doing?
No.
Hi, welcome back to the Call Guys podcast. It is I, Juan Keel 43, taking the lead this week. So Chico Noise can calm it down with all that work he's been doing for the Emperor all over the place. So one-time podcast favorite here, your boy, the one, the only, Vanilla Thunder. And with me, as always, is Mr. three-time podcaster, loved by the... Oh, I just got this look from my wife.
Oh, no.
That's great. That's staying in. Three-time podcaster. I had something rolling, and then I just see her. She's just staring at me from the corner. I was like, oh.
She's like, Colton, you shouldn't be on this podcast right now. We're supposed to be packing, getting stuff ready to get out. Let's go.
It's so true. Oh, man. Loved by the listeners, hated by his wife.
You or me? I don't know.
You.
No, she loves me.
You, Mr. Three-time.
She loves it. She loves it.
It is Chico Noise.
That's me.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I am great. I guess. It has been a long week. Not even just a long week. It has just been dragging by. And I don't know why.
I can feel that. I'm with you on that.
It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was just so slow. And it's just weird. Maybe it's because I came back from a week I was away and just trying to catch up, I guess. And so other than that, it's been okay. It's been a good week.
Okay.
I have an announcement I want to make. And Andy, Fat Billy Ray, if you're listening, I want to thank you. I'm looking at the camera. I'm talking to you right through the microphone. If you're listening, right through your car speakers, I want to thank you for telling the Emperor where I could find this beautiful bottle of Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Ooh.
And I really do appreciate it because I was looking all over the place. And let me tell you what, this is nostalgia in a bottle. And I'm assuming Logan would 100% agree. I remember when this first came out. And I remember how good it was when it first came out. I couldn't give you the exact year, but I do remember drinking it. I talked to Jared about it last night, and he's like, wait, Pitch Black? I was like, yeah, like the one that came out forever ago. Yeah, it's back, and it's just as good as it was all those years ago. So, Andy, thank you. Logan, I hope you're enjoying. Anybody else that's got their hands on one of these beautiful purple bottles, I applaud you, and I hope you're enjoying it also.
Gunner's just going to be getting graped in the mouth.
That's right. It is so good, man. So good.
So good. That's good. That's good. I actually want to try some since you told me it tastes like grape. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had it. Because I think I was talking to you about it when it came out. I just wasn't into pop when I was that age.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's different. I mean, it's not, it's good. So Sarah hates Mountain Dew. I grew up with a Mountain Dew drinking family. My parents still drink Mountain Dew like crazy.
Oh, your dad drinks it like water.
Yeah. So I grew up in that family where Mountain Dew was always something we had in the house. Like it was always there if I wanted some, right? So that was something I've carried on. I drink a lot of pop in general. So I remember this and I got Sarah to try it and she actually enjoyed it and she hates Mountain Dew. So
ooh.
Just saying, if you don't like Mountain Dew, you might like Pitch Black. It's different. Tastes good.
You had me sold on grape, so
yeah. I'll sell everybody on it. It's good. Go find it. La Paz Speedway has it. Go there if you're from this area.
Get on your
Just
bikes
saying.
and ride.
But yeah, Colton. Other than that, it's been a fine week.
Nice. Right on.
Just fun.
Right on, brother.
Right on. How about you?
That dude, man, just, surviving. That's all I'm trying to do. keep my head above water till next week. Just got to make it to Wednesday. And I got to make it to Sunday. That's all I got to do.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. As you can tell, I've got boxes of stuff. Everything is off the shelves.
That's sad, man.
You know, it is what it is, but you know, I think it's for the best, and I think we'll be able to have a nice, cool setup. So we got one more pod to record down here in the basement. So not gonna get all sentimental yet, but
Man, it's just so weird. It's like all the changes, and this is episode 45, right? And
I think so.
all the things that have changed in the last year, because it's almost been a year. And
gosh, that's crazy.
Backgrounds, houses. Oh man, it's been wild. Who knows? 2023 might bring even more changes. We might be doing podcasts from cars driving to White Castle. Who knows? Oh wait, we will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm happy for you guys. So.
Well, I'm excited. So yeah, that's the weekly recap. So I think it's time for the question of the pod. Let's just get off the rip and get going.
We should create a little bit of like a weekly recap. Yeah. Things that might come this year with the call guys. Who knows?
Oh, spooky.
Okay. So you got a question of the podcast?
I do have a question of the podcast. It's a hard hitting question, and that's what we like to do here at the Call Guys podcast. Are you ready?
That hit on your desk just turned your whole monitor.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to swing it back without making it look obvious.
Now it is obvious. Sorry.
All right.
Do it.
Why is my wife doing the robot around the basement? Is the question.
Maybe we need to turn the monitor.
No, she'd kill me. Gunnar wants me to flip the camera on you. No. Nope. She's saying no.
Come on, Bree. You need to get on this pod.
Not only no, but hell no, I believe is what I just got.
Yeah.
She didn't say that. I added that. But she is still doing the robot, so we will continue. How many pillows do you sleep with?
Oh, easy.
One? My wife just held up the one.
One pillow. I don't know. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, actually. Actually, it was the other morning. I got into work. I was sitting at my desk, and one of the ladies that works on third shift comes up and talks to one of the guys in the office, and she was talking about pillows for some, I think we were talking about getting new pillows, and I was like, I just got a new pillow, and I was like, I don't understand those people that need a feather pillow and a memory foam pillow and a bamboo pillow and like a regular old cotton pillow, right?
Yeah.
All these people that have 3 or 4 different pillows that they use and switch in and out or lay one on top of the other. I don't understand that. I just need one pillow. One pillow, one comfy pillow. And I have a nice cooling pillow that like you lay on and stays cool all night long.
Nice.
And she's like, I have 3 pillows. I'm like, ow. No, just kidding. But
Gunner,
yeah, one pillow.
I have 3 pillows. But let me tell you how for those who are not watching this on YouTube, Gunner was getting ready to leave but decided to stay.
I did.
But I have 3 pillows, but I sleep a little differently than most people. Okay?
Well, you're a big guy.
Well, yeah, other than the fact that my wife hates that I sleep at an angle, and she's been trying for like the last 5 years to get that corrected, and it's just not going well.
So does Bree have to sleep with like her legs like bent so she doesn't like?
You know what? I don't care what she says or what look she's giving me right now. She does it just differently. I sleep at a pretty big angle. Okay, I grew up. I grew up
6'5", 6'6",
yeah,
7'1", something like that.
I wish. No, I grew up on a twin size mattress, which is a small mattress for someone of my size, and the only way I could somewhat fit on that thing is if I slept diagonally. So it's just a habit. It's a tough habit for me to break. And I say this because my wife texted me 2 pictures the other night. One was of my son with his feet hanging out of his crib, with him just chilling in the bed. Okay, feet hanging out, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to text me a picture of my feet just hanging off the bed with with me just chilling there. And she wanted to know what was the same. I said it looks like two Williams are sleeping well.
Hey, yeah. Both
That's
Williams.
that's not the answer I got.
Both
That's not the
Williams
answer she
getting
was looking for.
getting a good night's sleep.
Not the answer she was looking for. But my way I sleep with a pillow and another pillow, and then I put my head down in the middle pillow, and then I put another pillow on top of my face. I sleep with a pillow over my face. Yeah, I know.
What's
Go ahead.
what's the reasoning behind that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Comfort?
Maybe. I'm sure someone can tell us at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com why I have to sleep that way.
If you are a doctor of sleeping habits or a whatever you call that, somebody who studies sleeping habits, let us know why.
Yes,
Colton sleeps
please.
with a pillow over his face. Just the attempt of suffocating himself at night, I guess.
And I also have to cuddle a little little throw pillow that my wife got me of William when he was a baby, like his dimensions, like his length and all that stuff. I also sleep with that.
So really 4 pillows.
Well, that one's a son of a gun. I use that one. I really, what I do is I prop that on my chest and I put my Switch on my chest.
Ah, yeah. And you play while Bree goes to bed. Yep. I've heard that
Yes.
story. Colton's up all night. Sometimes I get on my Switch at like 10:30 and Colton's on there playing something.
Yes. And you can
I mean-
almost guarantee that I am up in my bed.
Yep, more than likely.
So,
So Colton diagonal 3 pillows, a Williams-sized pillow, and his Nintendo Switch, and hanging his feet outside the bed.
yeah, and I have a king size bed, and it's not big enough.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, they're definitely not. The length doesn't change, but from a queen to a full to a queen to a king, it's the width.
The width
So
is
that makes sense.
The width is the not the problem. The length is the problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I need a California king or what, but we need to extend something because I'm telling you, some days my feet hurt when I wake up.
Probably because the freaking monster in your bed's grabbing them because they're hanging outside. We'll get to monsters later.
Yeah, we will. We will get to monsters later. So yeah, I'd love to hear everybody how many pillows people sleep with. Just hit us up at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com. Hopefully somebody else has a stranger sleeping habit than what I have. So
Oh, I'm sure my brother can tell you stories about the way I used to sleep when I was younger because we shared a room for a long time.
Ooh.
And there were times where I would be sleeping with my butt straight in the air, or like I would wake up in the middle of the night, sit straight up and yell something, and he'll tell you all about it.
Oh my. Well, Gunnar, I don't know if we should, celebrate or be excited. I don't know. We need to give let's give a little round of applause to the listeners. They came through.
I did.
You guys knocked that out of the park this week. We have 7 quotation
Yeah, let's put quotes on that.
emails. Technically 4, but effort is all that we care about here at the Call Guys Podcast. And you know what we get here? We get effort. Okay? We get effort here at the Call Guys Podcast. You know where you don't get effort? You want to know where you don't get effort, Gunnar? Where don't you get effort? Listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast. Okay, that's where you don't get effort. That's where you get broken records there. You want to talk about a dying horse? That dying horse is that podcast, okay? How many times I got to hear, suck it, Colton, okay?
That was 14 times, by the way.
14 times? I am telling you, you do not want to get beat by the Jags. You do not want to get beat by the Bengals. You do not want to lose another game for the rest of your life. Okay, because let me tell you, nobody holds a grudge or holds on to something as petty as this as a Bears fan. Okay, so let me tell you, when that L is coming, and it's coming, Emperor, guess what? I'll be there.
I'm watching you, Emperor.
Always watching. So yeah, Indiana Chiefs podcast. I ain't scared of you little boys. Yeah, get me on there. I'll take every single one. I'll make the trips.
The trips.
Done. I ain't taking it no more. Nope. Not gonna happen. Not
In
gonna
all
happen.
in all honesty, it was kind of a fun episode because we were just kind of poking fun at each other the whole time.
Gosh. Oh, you were? I didn't hear any of. I didn't hear anybody go after you. Your guest.
They're definitely not after me. I do actually. If anybody listened to Two Stop this week, it was the Rocker Chicks episode, or
It
last
was.
week. Sorry, last Wednesday.
Correct.
she- And if you just listen to the end of that podcast, I feel like they were showering me with gold, and they were just like, "How amazing is?" I'm like, makes my heart warm.
I just don't think they're real Call Guys listeners. Is what the problem is. They just don't. They think they know you, but they don't. I don't care if it's your parents.
Okay.
So
let me
yeah,
bleep
I've
out this
got,
whole next sentence.
it's official. It's official. There's beef with the Indiana Chiefs fan, Tusop, Team Tejas. Old news. Indiana Chiefs fans, what's good? Okay, you have my attention.
Well,
now.
actually, hold up. So let's get to these emails. Logan, my friend, I hope you're enjoying your nice, fresh, crispy bottle of Pitch Black.
yes.
As
I hope it's
I'm
tasty.
gonna call Mountain Dew and just get them to sponsor us just for. I'll hold
Just you
this.
two.
I will
Just
hold
you
this.
two.
I will hold this bottle up the entire episode. I won't even ever put it down. I'll just hold it right here. But Logan, thank you for the emails. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I do appreciate the effort in emailing from 4 different emails.
Yes, we do.
That's very,
Yes, we
very
do.
nice. So he did email from his New Frontier account. If you ever looking into Power Rangers, Instagram, anything like that, they create different characters and styles for different Power Rangers. Go check them out. New Frontier on Instagram. Really cool artwork, really cool characters, all that good stuff, good stories behind the characters. He emails from that one, and he said, listen or read Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. Come on, just do it.
Do it.
And then from his personal email, hey Colton. I don't know why he said hey Colton, not hey Gunner. Long time fan here. Unfortunately, I've lost my voice long ago from screaming at you through my radio, but I still cherish every blood-boiling moment we share together. Just want to say, hey, you should read Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz.
I cherish it too, Logan. You have no idea. I love it.
And then, well, the two-stop email, we got an email from our friends from the United States of Paranormal. Could have been from anybody.
Could have been.
If
we don't know.
If he wouldn't have actually signed it as himself. Logan here, still blowing up y'all about Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. And send my ass the details on that comic book pod. Let me find out. Need to know if these dudes are legit or if I got someone else to scream at. Logan, I will do that when Chris gets his podcast up and running. I will get you the first episode, and I'll get you on there. I'm sure they'd love
Oh,
to
he
have
would
you
be a real good one too.
He would. He definitely. And then finally, from his other Gmail account, which possibly is a email he just made just to send this email.
Well, no, I think this is from one of his Instagram Ranger reach outs.
Oh, this one is? Okay.
Yeah. Just simple reading.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that part on here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it now.
Oh,
Ranger
got
reach out, but it's labeled as his name.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're
listen,
putting. Well, it is.
Hear me out. Read Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. I'm running out of emails to use. So, Logan, thank you for the 4 emails. Unfortunately, I'm going to count that as 1 email.
Because Gunner's not a reader, that's why.
But if anybody else out there likes Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz, send it, and we will get it pulled on Audible. No, I'm just kidding. I will actually physically read a hard copy of a book at this point. I'm not gonna audio book it. I promise. But Logan, thank you. Enjoy that Pitch Black. I'm gonna hold it right here through all these emails. And then I do want to give a shout out to Arian, not Adrian Colton.
Hey, don't, no. Do not take away from what this email is about, okay? Don't try to pass blame. You need to accept this. I apologize, and I had full darn well reason to screw up names last week. Okay?
You did. You're fine. So Arian, I texted you literally today. I didn't even know you sent this email about getting on here for an episode, and she asked me what we have coming up. So we'll get Arian. We will get you on here. You will be on for an episode. But now let me read this email because it came before I before I texted you that. All right. I've done got beef here with the call guys, mostly Mr. Chico Noise. I've been voicing that I've been wanting to be on the podcast for quite some time. I have even spoken to the Emperor and Chico Noise in person. Still no invite. However,
Wow.
my husband has now been on the Indiana Chiefs fans podcast twice. True. He was on last week's episode. All he did was send a message to you guys. Then today I was listening to the podcast. You said, anyone who wants to be on the Call Guys podcast, just email us. I was like, what? What does a girl have to do to get on this podcast? Sincerely.
Wow.
An angry family friend. Arian, I texted you. We'll get you on an episode, but we still want you on episode 52. Even if you're not on until after that, we still want you on episode 52, along with everybody that's been a part of this podcast. And that would be a great to get you on here just to like get you warmed up to me and Colton both and just come in and have a good conversation for a little while. And then we'll pick an episode.
First off, how dare you?
What? How
dare
I
you?
what?
How dare
what?
you? How dare you?
What did I do?
How dare you? Just continue. That's all you get. How dare you?
Okay.
Offense reference.
Oh.
Office reference.
Oh. See, I was gonna try to quote Pixar movies all night, but
Oh, well, you should have let me know. You know, maybe if we would have said something.
That's all right. I've got 2 in already, so I'm gonna keep on
have.
going.
Yeah, keep 'em going.
So this next email, we had 4 different people email us this time around, as Colton said. So this next email is from my brother-in-law.
Correct.
He's through
Correct.
married through marriage, if that makes sense. Sarah's sister's husband.
That's what a brother-in-law is.
Yeah, but it's just weird to like that's like 2 steps down the line. It's like a brother-in-law, 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 brother-in-law. Like Trevor is my brother-in-law because he's married to my sister.
Yeah.
So he's married to my sister-in-law. I don't know.
I think you're overthinking it, brother.
I think I am too. So Simon, I didn't
Yes,
even know you
Simon.
listened to the pod. You never talked to me about it when you're here. So
That's even better.
thank you for listening and thank you for sending an email. And it's just titled Book Suggestions. And he says, I've got a couple. My wife and I are rereading Harry Potter, the whole series, and they are loving it. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is his recommendation. Way to follow the prompt there of sending the first book.
He really listens.
He did, yeah. Also, I'm going to read Lord of the Rings. You can get it in 1 volume. Otherwise, book 1 is Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring. Okay. And then he said, otherwise, Ready Player One, which I love that movie. So that would be a great book to read. And he said, best of luck, buds.
That actually would be kind of par for our
It would. It'd be great. That'd be a good discussion just to do just an episode on that, I think. So, but yeah, Simon,
That's a good idea. I like that.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for sending an email.
I like ready. I like that. I think that's the one we should do.
Okay. Add it to the list.
Bam.
Crap. And then we finally have
We're
one
never
more
getting sponsors.
yeah. One more email from CT1209. That's Chris. He said Chico and Thunder, not even Vanilla Thunder, just
Not even
Chico,
vanilla, just
Chico
thunder.
and
I love
Thunder.
it. I
He
love
said
it.
Franco's is delicious. I confirm the claim. It is. It is
Love
a
it.
great Italian restaurant. Similarly to what you did, I will list a handful of pairing them with other quotes from the same movie. If there are any, I tend to use often. Quotes, don't go into long grass. Would it kill you to pick up the goddamn phone once in a while? The Lost World. Uno mas from Shanghai Noon.
Oh, great line.
Yes. Godspeed Spider-Man, which we had actually talked about at work from Spider-Man 1, and then The Power of the Sun in the Palm of My Hands from Spider-Man 2, which is a great Doc Ock line. You should know this is the strangest thing I've ever done. That's from Tangled. That's when oh gosh, what's his name?
The
How many times?
protagonist?
Yeah, the main guy, where he's fighting with the frying pan, right? Isn't that where that is when he says that?
Maybe I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Chris, email us. Let us know who that was. Then he's got a bunch from different. There's a lot here. 50 dudes with AKs. That's right, bitches. I've got a crossbow. They are bad men. I thought you were bad men. They are worse. What am I looking at, Wade? Clay and his unit. Clay and his unit sounds like a porno. Wade. I'm assuming that's said. I don't know what that's from.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is Deadpool with
That's what I was
Wade,
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was
but I
thinking.
don't remember. I don't remember a crossbow.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
And then he said plenty of honorable mentions from Gladiator to Batman to Captain America. I mean, I can do this all day, but I won't. Good one. Also, I loved Gunner's masterclass ad with Bill and Ted. Be excellent.
Always be excellent.
Wow, Chris, I don't know why it's hard to read for me. Like go through it, I want to like read it, and I don't know a bunch of the lines,
set
so
it
I don't know.
down.
I don't know how to say them perfectly to match the movie, which is what I would want to do if I was reading people's lines. But yeah, everybody, thanks for the emails.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. As always, hit us up at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for taking time out of your busy morning, day, afternoon, night. Just thank you
Lunch
so much
break.
for taking the time. Yeah. Just thanks for taking the time. We enjoy the interaction, as you can tell. So yeah, keep coming with those book suggestions. We'll take them. It won't hurt. So
Yeah, well,
we just got to get Gunner on a book. So
yep. Sounds like it's about to. Well, we've got 4 different books there, I think, to look at. So, Ready Player One, Odd Thomas, Lord of the Rings, which Fellowship would be a fun book to read, but it's pretty long. And then I think Sorcerer's Stone would be a good one.
I mean, would you want to have that commitment, the Harry Potter commitment?
Possibly.
Do you think you could read through them, like read them all?
I think so. I think I have enough interest in the characters just from watching the movies that I could probably fight through the books.
Now, do you find any comfort knowing how that quote unquote book is going to end?
I mean, that's kind of that was always my one thing when I would read books is I wouldn't ever spoil the ending. I always wanted to be surprised. So I think knowing in this situation doesn't hurt, but if it was something I'd never heard of or I was just trying to get into, if I somehow managed to figure out what the ending was, I'd probably stop reading it. I don't think I could read it. Like Sarah was reading a book this week and she read it in 2 days. I don't even know how many pages it was, but the second day I came in, she's like, I got 10 pages left. I came downstairs for 5 minutes, went back upstairs, and she was done. I said, I thought you had 10 pages. She goes, it was only 3. There was a bunch of stuff at the end. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, knowing the ending to something that I've seen a movie for that's semi-accurate, I don't think that would sway me away from it.
Okay.
So I think I'd be okay with reading all the books.
Okay.
So,
all right, that's good to know. Good to know.
So if that's what comes out, that's what comes out, and that's what we read.
We will have to wait and see. Continue to wait and see. That's all we can do. Until then, you know what we got, Gunner? We have got a web of chaos on the board. Like that Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme.
Yep. Somebody poisoned the watering hole, and we're gonna try to get the poison out.
Holy crap! Oh no, it'll still be there. Trust me. I'm gonna try to lead us down the Pixar theory.
Well, you're my favorite deputy, and I'm ready to hear it.
Well, you just keep going with the Toy Story quotes, and we'll get out of this eventually.
We'll get out of this eventually. I'm just ready to see how you present this because dude, I've watched videos, I've read articles. I don't have any notes because I didn't want to.
I mean, you could have. I mean, yeah, we'll definitely need you to piggyback on some stuff.
I'll piggyback you.
Because I wrote down. Oh, man, this is gonna be rough, but we're gonna try to get through this together. Okay, so my main source is the Super Carlin brothers. on YouTube.
Mhm.
This dude, he puts out a new Pixar theory almost every time there is a new Pixar movie that comes out and how it fits inside the universe that is Pixar. Now he does give I didn't write the names down, but there's another guy who he wrote a book about this theory, and
Mhm.
this guy has kind of just picked up that torch and taken it to the next level and above, almost to infinity, okay? And beyond. No.
Nice one. Nice
Oh,
one.
okay. So yeah, and the only other thing is that he preferences this list on is it's just the movies. Only the movies. Now, I will say this, I have not seen all of them. I think Gunner's in the same boat as
Yeah,
well.
I think it's only 3 or 4.
Correct. I went through this list and I've only not seen, I believe it's 2.
Okay.
2 I have not seen. But there's a couple on here that I've only seen once. So
I'm excited. I'm excited.
So so be with me, stay with me. I'm going to stumble through this thing, and then we're going to do a top 3 list at the end. So going to have those ready.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, it almost seems like he starts us off like in a chronological list of
Yeah.
in the beginning type of stuff, and we're going to start with The Good Dinosaur from 2015. And essentially that movie is about, in the very beginning of the movie, it pretty much says, what if the asteroid missed the Earth?
Yep.
Which is a great what if question.
Oh yeah.
And the dinosaurs didn't die from the asteroid. What if they actually just lived out their life and eventually in time they were taken over? And one of the things he really preferences on is talking about the domestication of animals. If animals that were made to be like pets or kept like an actual animal, they never really had any speaking roles. It's like they weren't intelligent. It's just like if it was a chicken, it was a chicken. If it was a crab, it was a crab. It just stayed what it was. It never really moved beyond that.
Well, and that was a big thing in like The Good Dinosaur, right? Is that the dinosaurs had actually domesticated animals like chickens, and
Mm-hmm.
they actually had like a farm almost. They became intelligent and farmed the land.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the first one. And then we move to a 2012 film called Brave.
That's
Um
great movie.
I love that soundtrack. It's a good movie. Pretty much about and this is when he goes into this is when magic and souls were introduced to the Pixar universe. And in Soul, with Souls, you go to the movie Soul from 2020 with Jamie Foxx, and you know how
Mhm.
that all goes through from there. And so that's that connection to that movie, because you could technically say there are souls in every movie in a roundabout way, because there's
Yeah.
people in it. And they
Yep.
have, I mean, you have cars that talk, you have animals that talk, like there is some sort of a soul there with those things.
Toys
Yeah,
that
toys.
talk and move.
Yeah. Yeah. And we get one of the biggest biggest topics of the Pixar theory is the witch in
Yeah.
Brave, and who that really is, which we will hit on at the end.
Okay.
But that witch is one of the biggest question marks to the whole Pixar theory in making it work and how it stays alive.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we go into the realm of normal, I would call it normal times that we were alive for. So in the 50s, The Incredibles takes place. Okay. Another thing that happens is AI was invented by Syndrome, because he was mad that Mr. Incredible didn't take him on as a sidekick. So it was one of those, they're
Go
you got
home,
that
buddy.
go home, buddy. I work alone. Like when did what's that meme? If oh gosh, dang it. There's a quote, this is my origin story, my evil story. Like this is the origin of when I became evil. This
Yeah.
is the moment. That's like that's his origin story right then and there.
Yeah. Yep.
And that really begins they call it the downfall of humans being a quote unquote the master race in this theory. With AI being invented, the machines now have an opportunity to quote unquote come alive and take over. All right. Which they kind of start to do, because now we go to that movie, and during that time, this movie called Luca, which is in 2021, and this is the one you haven't seen, Gunner.
I've not seen Luca.
I haven't seen it either, but I saw some stuff and read in on it about how it's two sea creatures who want to become human. When they go above the water, they can turn into human, but when they're in the water, they are sea monsters.
Yep.
That movie is also taking place during this time in the 1950s. And one of the biggest things to realize is that when they're in the ocean, that ocean is clean. It is normal. It doesn't look like it's been polluted like it was in Finding Nemo, in the Finding Nemo movies. So then we go through that movie, and at the end, well, I'll try to explain again that there is another huge theory about this movie, Luca, fitting in with the entire universe. Okay. And I'm trying to save it, Gunner, because I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
All right. So
I like the good big theories that tie everything together.
Oh yeah. So now, yeah. So we go to like Finding Nemo. We do Finding Dory, and we do like Ratatouille, and we do in a roundabout way we do Up, where animals are taking care of people in a roundabout way. Whereas in like, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, it's animals against humans.
Yep.
Whereas in Ratatouille and Up, you could make a case that, there are 4 humans who know that rats make food really well.
When normally rats shouldn't be in your restaurant, right?
Exactly. Then in Up, you have the dogs who serve the villain in Up, who are cooks in there. So that then ties in that realm of animals serving to the humans in that case. Now this is where we get a little tricky now, okay? And we're going to fast forward now to a 2008 movie in Wall-E. And we all know the premise of Wall-E is that we go from the humans leave Earth because the world has turned into all trash, all thanks to a certain corporation called
B&L,
a little by and large, who actually shows up in the very first Pixar movie. Can you tell me where it shows up in the first Pixar movie?
Toy Story.
Well, that's the first one. Okay, good job.
Buzz Lightyear's batteries.
And
was there? Oh gosh, was it? I don't know.
I believe there was a commercial and on the grape soda.
Oh yeah.
For Sid's dad, he was passed out. Well, I don't know, he was asleep watching. There was a grape soda, and they believe that grape soda is also the same place where Ellie got the grape badge for Carl.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
The grape badge. The grape badge? You know the grape badge that you have?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I do have that.
Yes,
I do have that. So really, AI now has taken control of the Pixar universe now at this point in time with the ship. The ship has a name, Adamus. It's something I can't think of right now off the top of my head.
The name of the ship and the name of the ships they took in
Axiom.
Wall-E.
The Axiom.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, those ships were by and large ships, and they essentially controlled that during those times. And that brings in, now we go into cars during this time. So he says that now he believes that there is a parallel, right now it is going and working off the same theory of cars, where the only thing left are, cars in the world. But then he goes down to this weird rabbit hole, how there's, you can still see there's grass and there's plants, like, and there's stuff like that. But every time the EV robots went out and found life, green, the captain of the ship, the Axiom AI, always got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he believes that during this time, this is when the Cars movies took place, and they went through that whole time.
So was he thinking there's like the cars had to become sentient beings at this time because they were alone? Is that like the?
So we'll kind of get into that a little bit later with a movie that's coming up soon. But
Okay.
he believes that the cars take over the personality of their owner, their previous owner.
Okay.
That they somehow took life from them and infiltrated them into that world. Okay. So that gets us through all the Cars series. They're still out on the Axiom, controlling, like, going through space and time and all that fun stuff. And I think I might have missed a movie or a number, so I think I know where I need to go now. So then that leads us to Onward. Okay. Onward has that opening scene. You've seen Onward, right?
I have. Tom Holland.
Yep. Chris Pratt. Yep.
Yep.
They have that opening scene where they're pretty much talking about the origins of magic and how their world used to be, and then all of a sudden the light bulb was invented, and all these magical creatures and all these, people who knew magic became quote unquote lazy, essentially, and became reliant upon technology. And it was just odd that a place like that became so dependent on technology that humans were used to. Well, he believes that Raven's Point isn't a mountain, but is an old wreckage of an Axiom. And when that ship crashed, they obviously, went to check it out and took the technology and started to tinker with it and make their own stuff. And that's how they got to be where they were with cars, highways. Like, they had the whole database of what Earth used to be, when Earth was. So they believe that Onward takes place on a different planet.
So like the washing machines, the toasters, like anything they had on that ship, they scavenged. And
well, they also, I mean, if you remember, they also had a video of what it was like back in that time.
Yeah.
So I mean, they had the technology, they could do those things, and they just learned how to do things like we learned how to do things, trial and error over time. So I thought that was a really interesting thought process there. And now we go to Monsters University. Okay. And Monsters Inc. Well, I'm going to just put those two together. First things first, he believes that the monster world and the human world are parallel to each other. Okay. And guess what the doors are used for?
They're portals.
Not just portals, but time traveling portals. I know. Get excited. Excited.
Speaking of time traveling, this Pitch Black is not kidding.
So yeah, he believes that they use time travel in order to get these screams, because now the monsters have taken over the realm of the world, and that there's no more humans to get screams from. So they have to use these portals, these doors, and time travel back into, the past to find screams for children. Now we go to the infamous Inside Out movie, which is all about emotions and stuff like that. Well, the monsters believe that the best way to get those emotions were to get them from children because they were the happiest, and they gave the most energy when they would scream, but later to come found out it was better when they were happy screams. So that's when they changed and they realized that's how they were getting more energy from that. So then it became targeting, those happy memory children and finding them. And that gets us to Inside Out. And then Inside Out takes us to Coco, where that movie is about one thing and one thing only, really, and that is just about being remembered. Okay? You have the abuela, picture goes up there.
Yep.
You come back, and that's it. And we go to there, and I think we got Coco, and I know we've missed out some other ones too, but it really doesn't matter. But now we are going to circle back all the way back to Brave and our witch.
The witch.
Okay. The witch carves a lot of bears.
Mm-hmm.
Sully looks like a bear.
Mm-hmm.
She has Sully carved into a board in her house. She has a Pizza Planet ship or truck carved on her woodshed. It is believed that witch is Boo, trying to find Sully. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I might have it written down here at the bottom. I don't, but I'm going to try to wing it from here.
Okay.
That she uses time travel, so she finds Sully in Monsters, Inc., and now her job and what she is trying to do is trying to find her way back to Sully to try to find him, to be with him again, or to see him. And she somehow ends up back in the time frame of when Brave takes place, thence leading into the circle that is an infinite loop of her always remembering Sully, because now she is trying to continue to find him, and then she goes through the whole time frame again, and then finds Sully again as a child, and then gets recycled again and goes back at it again. Time travel.
World's worst time loop.
Yeah, probably. And that is the last one. And they also believe that sea monsters are banished monsters from the monster world, like the abominable snowman.
Yeah, Mike actually says that, doesn't he? Where he's like,
he does have a line where he throws something out that seems a little bit odd.
That like banished. Oh yeah, like banished. Like like Nessie in the abominable snowman. Yeah.
Yeah. Why couldn't we get somewhere nice and tropical?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there was a throwaway line there that did hint towards that being connected in that way, shape, or form. And I know that was terrible, so I'm going to tell everybody, go watch that video. It's a 46-minute video, and that dude is on point with everything. And he's great. He's fantastic.
So I thought you did a really good job explaining it. I mean, I followed along. I think there's a lot of Easter eggs though too, like little things. Like I know it all connects like story-wise and the universes and how they parallel or they're perpendicular to each other, however they cross all the intersections. But there's also a lot of little things like certain toys and certain things, and the Pizza Planet stuff, the Sully thing. There's just a lot of little things. Is it A113 is the room where they all animated?
That's the biggest one. That one is allegedly in every movie.
Yep.
You have the ball with the star.
Yep.
We have there are a couple movies that do foreshadow the next movie. I believe, like in Monsters Inc., there is a in the first Monsters Inc. movie, there is a Nemo toy in Boo's room, and that just so happened. I think they have a couple of those in the movies there. If anybody else knows, you should probably email us at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com and let us know.
Was it Toy Story? Which one did Andy go to college? Was that 4 or 3?
3.
3. Wasn't Boo in the one girl's
So,
class?
Okay, you know in the movie Up,
Yeah.
there's a girl in Up where the house is going up and there is a child in there. That one of those children goes to Sunnyside Daycare.
Okay.
I don't know if Boo. I don't think Boo has ever been referenced into it. Don't quote me on that.
In her actual class.
In any other thing, but yeah, but that movie there, that girl is in the classroom in Sunnyside, so that ties in that because there's also a I want to call him Fatso, but that's not his name.
Lotso.
Lotso.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just fun little Easter eggs like that. You're right. I'll be honest. Every time I watch a Pixar movie, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the A113, and I'm looking for, like in Coco, there's pinatas of Woody and Buzz. I'm looking for Mike or Sully. Like, they always do such a really good job with the Easter eggs.
It's like watching a Marvel movie and looking at the license plates to see which comic book they have on those license plates. Oh, that was issued this.
Yep.
I mean, it's fun to look for.
You're looking for the Stan Lee cameo is what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the Pixar theory in a very, very broken shorthand version. So if anybody wants to deep dive into this and email us at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com, definitely watch that Super Carlin's Brothers video. It is fantastic.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah, man, if you want, you want to knock out like a top 3 Pixar movie list?
Yeah.
Real quick?
Anybody, if you have anything that that's in these movies that coincides with something else or a different movie or anything that repeats, whatever, send it to us. Like Colton said, love to hear your different things that you've seen or things that you've read about or whatever. Yeah, I didn't actually write them down, but you go through the list of all of these, and man, there are so many good Pixar movies.
I mean, these movies really are our childhood.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, Toy Story. I remember the first movie. The first movie I remember going to see is A Bug's Life in the Warsaw Theater, right there off of Center Street, where the Zimmer Biomet little hotel is now.
Yeah,
there used to be a theater on that corner. I remember going to see A Bug's Life in that theater.
Nice.
Like that is
a great movie.
Yeah. Very, very underrated movie, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that gets enough credit for when it was made. I'd love for them to make another one.
Sentient and bugs, animals.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was another Bug's Life was in that beginning part, I think, and the dude goes a mile a minute, so you really got to pay attention during this whole thing. So But it really went from the ownership of animals, humans, AI, then to monsters. Is kind of the time frame of how the Pixar theory is set up right now.
Yeah. All right. So 3, 2 honorable mentions, 1.
Always, brother.
I'm gonna go with Brave at number 3.
Ooh.
I really like the chaos of the relationship she has with her family. I think it's super fun to watch. Like her and her mom are always button heads. Her brothers are just crazy. And then when they turn into bears, up until the point where they're actually like literally turning into bears, they're still their personalities just in the bears themselves, which is really fun to watch. I like the kind of history behind the magic and, like you said, the witch and all that. I like that she has to go on a journey to figure out how to get him changed back, and she goes to the circle. And I don't remember the big bear's name, the bad bear at the end. I can't think of his name, but just a super fun movie. I love that she's so good at shooting a bow too. It just makes it really cool that she's mastered a skill that is something that they didn't believe that she should be able to do. So, great movie, man. I can't believe that came out freaking
11 years ago now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because I'm trying to think. I'm looking at that. Well, that looks like that was like the first like female dominated Pixar
Pixar.
movie that was showing that, she don't need no man type of
And
thing. Let
they-
her pick her own choice, make her own choice in their decision on her life.
Well, they killed it.
They did. I love
Great
that
movie.
movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
Scottish.
Scottish, yeah, I love it. And Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet. They make fun of her accent so bad. And then they're in the princess room and they're like, "Do you know what she says?" We're like, "We don't know. She's from the other studio."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that." My number 3 is Coco.
Okay.
I love the soundtrack.
I watched. I've seen 80% of it.
Oh,
and
it's
that was because
fantastic.
Sarah was watching it when I was taking our Christmas decorations down, and I was just watching it back. So
Oh, the
um,
ending
emotional,
gets you.
very very emotional.
It's tough. But I love it visually. It's a great movie. I think it tackles a big question of being forced to do something because it's what your family does, or feel like you have to follow what your family is or does. And that really, I think it does a really good job of breaking that stigmatism of, your family says this, you're not going to do it. And the reason is because I say so. Like,
Well,
I think they've been doing a good job lately of depicting family relationships, like in Encanto and Coco, where that, this is just not what we do, and it's all because somebody great down the line had a really bad experience with it, and that's a tough thing to take away from somebody because one person had a bad experience from it.
yeah. And I love the connection, the music connection through the whole thing too.
Oh, yeah.
That being like really the main driving plot point to the whole thing. It's super.
Is he wants to be a musician.
It's super cool.
Yeah, I agree. That's my number 3, brother. What's your number 2? I know, man. It's like picking a needle out of the haystack. I mean, you really can't go wrong.
I'm gonna go Toy Story, the original Toy Story 1.
I like it.
Animation wise, it's so beautifully done for 1995. It was one of their first attempts at making a full-length animated film, and it's just very very enjoyable in the way that it's done. And I love the story. I love Andy's story and Sid kind of being the antagonist to the whole thing, and the idea of your toys being alive. And I mean, this came out the year I was born, but watching it as a young kid and just seeing the toys come alive, and it made you always like kind of try to be aware to make sure your toys weren't running around when you were there. I've always loved Toy Story. Always will love Toy Story. I mean, friggin' Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and just so many great voices. Yeah, just love it.
Nice.
Doesn't make me cry.
Ooh, doesn't make you cry. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Does yours make you cry?
It does not. It does not. This movie has really grown on me. I might have seen it once when it first came out, probably because I was in high school and I was just too cool for it. But now I love watching it. I think it's a fantastic movie, and that is Ratatouille.
Oh, great ride at Disney.
Yeah. That's
Great
awesome.
movie.
I love that movie. I love what it's about. You can't judge a book by its cover type of thing. Practice makes perfection.
Mhm.
And I just love that movie, and it's just about being true to yourself and doing your best work, no matter at what personal cost it is to you.
Mhm.
I think that's one of the things when Guini learns at the end is that I am taking the credit when I shouldn't be taking the credit, when I am just really good at being a busboy. And that's what he does. And I think that goes to show, I think that sends a bigger message to to people that, make sure the right people get the credit for what they're doing. If somebody helps you out along the way, you need to thank them more and more every time, because you would be nowhere without them. So
Exactly.
I think that teaches a good lesson there. And that is my
Very
number
nice.
2.
Very nice.
Honorable mentions?
All of them. I mean, you can't go Cars, Wall-E, Finding Nemo. I mean, I love them all. I don't know that there's a single Pixar movie that I've ever watched that I haven't enjoyed, and I need to watch The Good Dinosaur fully through. I need to watch Coco fully through and Luca, and I need to see Turning Red because I heard it was really good, and I have not watched that yet. Been out for almost a year now, and I haven't even watched it. So, man, I don't know. What about you? All of them?
Yeah. I mean, it's more like,
Is it harder to pick the ones you don't like?
it'd be easier to pick the ones I don't like.
Do you have ones you don't like?
Man. I mean, I'm just going through the list. Man.
We're just gonna go with a hard no there.
I mean, yeah, no, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, I felt like, Finding Dory wasn't that great.
I haven't seen it. That's another one I haven't seen.
I felt like they were just trying to give Ellen DeGeneres another movie way after it was needed.
I haven't seen Cars 3 either, so.
Cars 3, I mean, that's the problem. I mean, it's kind of just a retread. It's
You didn't even mean to do that.
No. I think they made one too many Toy Stories.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Toy Story 4 is not great. I enjoy 3. I can watch. I mean, I really enjoy 3. I like that Lotso has like a jail made in the freaking
he's running.
daycare.
He's like legitimately running a prison.
Yeah. And then the whole thing at the end with the trash compactor and the furnace and all that.
Yeah, and I didn't like Lightyear. Didn't like Lightyear at all.
I haven't seen that either.
I did not. It just, it felt like a message movie, and it didn't sit well with me, and
Understand.
it's yeah.
I think a lot of people had that same reaction.
I think the problem is how they marketed the movie by saying that this is the movie that Andy saw as a child and said this is why he wants a Buzz Lightyear action figure. Like, that's how they said this is what this movie was about. And talk about, there's no way that movie would have been made back in
95.
the early 95.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have made that movie in the early 90s. And that's it's comical is what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's my biggest hang up, is that the beginning of the movie states that, and it sets it up for me. It sets it up for failure from Jump Street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm nitpicking and I'm picking at stuff, I can't say anything bad about Luca or Turning Red because I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're good or not, but
should be on the list of things to watch, eh?
I would think. Well, I think there's a reason why I haven't watched them. Probably because I haven't heard good things about them.
I heard great things about Turning Red, but I just haven't got around to watching it. So, heard a lot of people really liked it, but
yeah, I don't know. I think it's another message movie, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
And that's kind of where, unfortunately, I feel like Pixar and Disney movies are going towards, is pushing the message.
It's not about fun anymore.
Oh gosh,
I want it to be about fun.
It's not about fun.
Yeah. All right. Number one.
You're number one.
Number one movie you talked about way early in your Pixar theory there. The Incredibles. I mean, I think everybody knows that I love superheroes, and The Incredibles was always one that I really, really enjoyed. the thing with them being a family of superheroes and them still trying to get the kids to telling the kids like, hey, no, you can't do this. You're not ready for it. But yet they're sneaking out behind their backs and they're going out and they're fighting crime and fighting syndrome. And then in the end, it all comes together and works out. I really enjoyed that 2 started immediately after 1, even though it was how many years later?
6.
Yeah. No, more than
No,
6.
5 years. 5. 06 to 2011.
Is that when 2 came out?
Yeah, 2 came out in 2011,
No,
and 3 came out in 2017.
The Incredibles?
Oh my gosh, I'm talking about Cars. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
No, you're good. 2018.
Incredibles 04, Incredibles 2 was 21. Jeez.
Yeah, isn't that's just insane. Insane.
Yeah.
That
I
that
agree.
big of a gap and they were able to just continue that story. Love Frozone, I mean, just all the characters. Edna. And
Where's my super suit?
where's my super suit? Yes.
I need to go for the greater good. I am your wife. I am the greater good you're ever gonna get.
Yeah.
I am the greatest good you're ever gonna get. Oh my gosh, that is hysterical.
Yeah, is it Edna Mose? Is that her name? The lady that makes the
designer?
suits? Yeah,
Yeah.
love her character. I mean, he's just overall great movie. I love all the different superpowers. Obviously, there's a lot of those powers are similar to powers that are in all of the other universes of superheroes,
Yep.
which is fun. And I've heard random things about whether the Incredibles are a part of Marvel or DC or whatever. I don't remember exactly how far that goes, but
Dang.
you have to look into that theory because it's pretty cool. But yeah, I like them both. I do enjoy Incredibles too. Also, it's very good. But yeah, I'll go with the first one for my number 1.
Nice. I like that. It's a good one. It's a good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cars. Mostly for the fact that my son absolutely loves that movie. He I don't know what it is, but he just loves watching it. And Owen Wilson, can't go wrong with Owen Wilson. I think he's great.
Ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow.
Yeah, it's
My favorite moment from Cars.
Mhm.
This would be so wrong. Is when the crowd's going wild and they're out there and the girls flash their headlights.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you like? As a kid, you're
Kids
not going to
don't know
notice
that.
that,
Kids have
but
no
as an
idea what
adult,
that-
you're like, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
You know what this?
We all know what that is.
We know what the rock star lifestyle's like.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, Cars would be my number 1 right now. So it's just, it's a good movie. I thought Larry the Cable Guy, I thought it was a role that
Bit suited.
yeah, it was. I thought it was casted great for him.
I made her.
I love how they take in the Cars universe. I love how they take the names of. I know, gosh. I love how they take names of real people and change them into the car names, and then they actually use those people for the movie for their role. I really like that part. So I thought that was neat how they integrated that, and then they kind of go downhill from there.
Yeah.
But the first one I love. First one's gold.
Oh yeah.
First one's gold. So
Agreed.
So yeah, man, that's the Pixar theory, guys. That's it in a nutshell. Love to hear you guys' top 3 Pixar movies. Hit us up at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what your top 3 are. Let us know if we're right, if we're wrong. If you have something to add to the Pixar theory that we missed, definitely let us know, because I'm sure you guys will.
Yeah.
That is what our listeners do, is yell at us. Mostly me. So
No, not today. It was me today. So you're off the
Well,
hook.
you
That's
earned
why
it.
you led the episode. I needed to hold back and not say anything that's gonna make anybody mad. Apparently.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Thanks for listening to the Call Guys podcast. If you want, check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Music,
Podcast.
Apple Podcast.
Apple Padcats.
Oh my gosh. You got me rattled. Wherever you get us, rate and review us. If you're on YouTube, watch us, hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications.
Mm-hmm.
We're on there. We are part of the Golden Mojo Entertainment
Network of
Empire.
podcast.
I don't care. It will always be the Empire. It's weird when he doesn't say the Empire. Okay, I'm just
I
gonna throw
know.
that out there.
Yeah.
He needs to get on board with that. I feel like I need to be in the owners meeting when you guys have it as a shareholder in this company. I feel like I got some great ideas, but
I feel like
just
we
not
need a
being
big
listened.
conference room just to do that meeting now.
I just want to be there. That's all I want to do. Anywho, yeah. Golden J, he is doing a great job. He likes to go by that. He's given himself that nickname. I've given him the name of Emperor, and he has taken that name and ran with it. So you're welcome for that as well.
we made him run with that, I'm pretty sure.
That is
But
true.
now he
You
is
can't tell me he
obtained and-
doesn't. You can't
Oh.
tell me he doesn't love that name.
As always, I'm gonna build my empire.
That's what he's
And
doing.
he's doing it.
That's what he's doing. So yeah, he's doing it with the call guys. He's doing it with us on Mondays. On Tuesday, he's got Golden Image podcast where he brings back vintage stuff and it brings back new stuff with Chico and the Skywalker. You know, they go do stuff so you don't have to go do it. I still think that needs to be the slogan. It's great.
We do things so you'll go do them too. So you'll want to go do that.
So you'll want to go do them. Yep. I agree. And then Wednesdays they got Tusop, the paranormal people. They do a great job of storytelling with actual stories and shenanigans. Team Bouger is going to give you a great story where Team Tejas is going to give you a good laugh, and they might eventually get to a story.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm always for. I love the contrasting differences between both groups.
Yeah, you get a different taste every week. It's nice.
Oh yeah. And Thursday we have the gosh, I have so many names for this podcast. I just want you to know, but I'm contractually obligated to just refer to them as the Indiana Chiefs podcast. Please go listen to them. They need your views. They need your likes. They are struggling. All because the Kansas City Chiefs suck. That's why. So with that being said, please go show them pity. Give them a listen. Give them a subscribe. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, that's done by the Emperor and Phil, and Gunner, I guess, is on that one, but you only hear him every so seldomly when the Emperor wants to throw him a bone.
Yeah. Like my socials.
yeah, that's the bone. Hey Gunner, hey. Do you have my socials?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a fun one if you like football. If you just like football in general, I think they do a good job. And obviously, if you like the Chiefs, you're definitely going to like this. So they had Superfan, almost Andy Reid on. Great interview you guys did with them. Really enjoyed that.
Was
episode.
very good. Very good.
So yeah, suck it, Emperor. And on Fridays, we have 2 podcasts on Fridays that come out. We have the Murdnerds with Ashley and Alicia and the Emperor himself, where they just go through. It's a true crime podcast. Words are hard in that. Words are hard for that.
Words are hard.
podcast.
Cameras are hard. All this stuff's hard.
Yeah. So they do a really good job. They're really good at the storytelling as well. And the newest member of the Empire is Court of Books and Booze, hosted by Skywalker and his wife Jess and Amanda. Look at that.
You got it.
I got it. And they are it's pretty much a basement book club, and they just go through books, and they're starting when this episode airs, they will have already had their official first episode. So yeah, if you want to get on that, just Quarter Books and Booze, and that's it. Those are the members of the Empire. So
the shebang, all those podcasts, wherever you can find your podcast. Social medias, links, link trees, websites, all that in the podcast notes.
Yeah, that too.
Yep, I got you.
So yeah, man. Gunner, got anything else you want to add?
Colton, I think you did an awesome job on this episode.
Oh,
I told you, I don't know, 3-4 episodes ago, you'd be taking the reins again one day. And here it is.
Oh, too funny.
It's nice to sit back and just comment and listen and go through. And
Well, that's what I like to do every once in a while. I like to give you a break, and I feel bad because you do it all the time. But I'm like, man, just like every once in a while, let me wing it at something.
you wung it. You wang it, wung it great.
I wung it great. Wow.
You wung it great.
Everybody,
Good job.
everybody, Wang Chung tonight.
I got one more thing though.
What do you got, brother?
Love you, brother.
I love you too, man. Love you too. Thanks for listening to the Call Guys podcast. We'll see you next week. Later.
Later.